people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions, but tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. All right, check it out. Golden State's opening lineup. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Butler out there with Moses Moody. And it's Green in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Green. It's Podziemski on the wing. Five on the clock. And here's Butler outside. Memphis with a rebound. Morant looking for an opening. Takes it inside. Edey for three. Good, and the setup by Morant.
The way Morant sets up his teammates is as good as any guard in this league.
And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Podziemski with the 19th pick, a versatile player.
Oh, what a highlight! What a slam!
Oh, my.
That's the type of move that you see in a dunk contest.
Takes great confidence to alley-oop to yourself.
Sure does.
Buries it from three.
Opting for the quick shot there, Morant trying to outpace the defense.
And a deep three from Curry. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Butler against Jackson. And here's Morant outside. Hauled in by Curry.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
And that ends their drought. You can feel the frustration building with each miss.
Yeah, and sometimes that's just how it goes. But also, we got to give credit to the defense. They're not making it easy out there.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Memphis' head coach for a minute. I asked him about Jimmy Butler and what his defensive scheme is for him, and coach said to not let him bully us from the interior and mid-range. We want to push him as far out as possible. We have to play tough. Let's see if they're able to accomplish this, guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. And here's Curry for three. Hits a three-pointer.
Not sure there's such a thing as a bad three for Steph.
Morant against Curry. Lets the three fly. Offensive board. Pass to Bane. Outside Morant. Shot clock at 5. Lets it go from deep. And again, it's Memphis missing.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
Moody misses. The Grizzlies have gone only 3 for 9 from the floor. And Ja Morant with the three. Morant's got 8.
Yeah, the quickness of Morant makes him tough to cover. He's able to pull up on a moment's notice.
You know, Coach, when you watch Ja Morant play, it's hard to think of anyone else as explosive as he is.
Yeah, Brian, he can make a defender look like he's standing still. The burst that Morant has with his first step is unrivaled. Probably the best burst in the entire league.
Truly is a human highlight reel in this modern day. Gets the three to fall. He's got 11.
And you often see defenses beg Morant to take that shot. Didn't work that time.
There's a screen. Back to Podziemski. And a great assist by Butler as that one goes. Podziemski's gotten his second bucket.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And here's Butler outside. And the Warriors with another three.
Nice shot from Butler, making himself a threat from downtown.
Wells, the pass to Morant. Morant missing again.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Edey. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Well, the defense was giving him that one, but he made the shot more difficult than it needed to be. You gotta play smart.
On target from range.
What's the saying? 80% of success is just showing up. And guess what? Butler shows up every night.
Shot to stop the run, and they pick up 2. Edey's got 5 now. And a deep 3 from Curry, and no good. Trying to get that one to fall. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And from what we've seen here from the Warriors, what's your take so far?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
Brandon Clark out there with Santi Aldama. Then it's G.G. Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Pippen in at the 1 spot. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Pass to post. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the 3-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for 3.
Ooh, good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
The life of an NBA head coach, Stan, is not easy. You've lived it. What's the toughest part of the job? Don't say dealing with the media.
Well, no, it's not. Brian, I think people would easily say it's the time spent away from home, and it's also the losing, quite honestly. But I think what my family had the hardest time with was how consumed I was as a coach during the season. So even when I was home, all I was doing was thinking about basketball.
And how many losses have you endured as a broadcaster, Coach?
0. Undefeated, Brian, undefeated.
And again, it's Memphis with a 3.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest up front.
Payton, no good.
And we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense.
Kennard for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Outside heel. Here's the 3. Clark grabs the board.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Kennard for 3. That shot off the mark. The Warriors have gone 0 for 4 in the second quarter. Recently, player health has been the big talking point around the Memphis Grizzlies stand.
Yeah, B.A., look, and it's really a shame to have such a talented, dynamic team have to deal with all those constant what-ifs and have their seasons so affected by things outside of their control. It's tough.
Golden State has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Over to the wing, and stolen by Clark. Jackson with it, and it's Hield picking him up. 3-pointer, and Luke Kennard with the 3. Kennard's got 9 points now in the quarter.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Grizzlies great Marc Gasol last season retiring from basketball. He embraced the city of Memphis. He said, quote, "I think a player has to feel that it's their city and they have to fight for it. You play with a different mindset when you do that. To me, winning was the most important thing."
And they did a lot of winning, Allie. Pass to post to win the cold spell. Memphis with a rebound. Aldama's got 4 rebounds now. Kennard for 3. Warriors with the rebound. Bajemski's got 4 rebounds in the game. Hield finds Payton. He buries it from 3. Payton's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
More than just a score. Hield moves the ball well, especially when his guys are open.
Kennard for 3. The rebound by Post. Warriors trail by 3. Hield on the wing, defended by Kennard. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Kennard. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Williams is checked in. Jackson Davis is checked in for the Warriors. Looney comes in for Kuminga. And the Warriors miss again. Memphis leading by 3. Steps back. Kennard for 3. That's bucket number 5. He's 5 for 12 now.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Hield for 3. Aldama grabs the board. Aldama's got his 5th rebound in this one. The 3 ball. Kicks it out to Kennard. The 3 is up. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Pajimski with it, and it's Aldama picking him up. Pass to Looney. Hield with the ball. Offline with a 3.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
And here's Curry for 3. The rebound by Edey. Edey's got 5 rebounds tonight. From deep, Morant. And that'll do it for the first half of play. It's the Grizzlies leading by 6. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Please, to the court and get ready for the fan at courtside.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Boy, it's been quite a game for Luke Kennard.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
On the floor for the Warriors, Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Jimmy Butler out there with Draymond Green. And it's Moody in at the 3. And here's Morant outside. The rebound by Moody. Warriors trail by 6. Grant, when you look at Draymond Green's career, you think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
You know, B.A., I believe so. He's won multiple titles, and we know how impactful he has been as a defender and distributor especially. I think we'll see him in Springfield one day.
And the Warriors with possession. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
The 3 dropped in by Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Payne with a screen on Butler. There's Jackson with the 3. That shot off. The Warriors have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Outside Curry. Butler, a screen on Morant. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Fields checked in for the Warriors. Oh, Morant sinks the triple.
Yeah, Morant showing a bit of confidence knocking down that 3.
Butler against Payne. Out to Hield. It's stolen. From deep, Morant. The Warriors pull it in.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Shot is good by Curry.
Yeah, and mid-range Jays are no problem for Curry. Defenders can forget about his confidence from there, too.
Puts up a deep 3. And it's Morant missing. Warriors trail by 4. Fires high post. And he gets it to go off the front iron. Butler's got 5 points now this quarter.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Oh, got that one up quick.
dynamic. I mean, every night Morant makes incredible plays, and that extends as well to his passing.
The Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
Back to Morant. Clock at 6. Kicks it out to Bane. Back to Morant. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. Morant's got 16 points now. And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. Trailing by 4. Butler surveying the floor. 1:52 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Fires the 3. The rebound by Edey. Edey's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Right side Morant. Curry with a steal. And it's Bane with the rebound.
And gearing up for the alley-oop, just couldn't finish the play.
Well, it's not easy to time that up. Just not quite in sync yet.
And Morant gets it to go.
Strong anticipation from Jackson on the dish. Coaches love to see that out of their big men.
Outside Butler. Green, a screen. 58 seconds left in the third quarter. Green, a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Butler can't get it to go.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
And how about Jaren Jackson Jr., another second-generation player that we have here in the NBA?
Yeah, Brian, and his dad was a winner at every level. He was a high school champion, had the #1 team in college, and of course was part of a championship team with the Spurs.
And they'll keep possession. Pippen, pass to Aldama. It's stolen by Looney. In transition, here come the Warriors. Pass to Curry. Up top, Jackson Davis. Back to Curry. And here's Jackson Davis. Moody from outside. And it's Bane with the rebound. Tipped away. Curry from deep three-point land. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. Ja Morant, and a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Woo, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your 2 guards share the wealth.
Yeah, and if you have both guards dishing like that and putting up points, wow, a coach's dream.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. They've got John Conchar, Brandon Clark out there with Jackson. Then there's Vince Williams, and it's Pippen in at the point guard position. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. And the basket is good. Kuminga's got his first 2 points. And so it's Memphis with it. 6-point lead. Conchar outside. Oh, there's the alley. It's stolen by Kuminga. In transition. That's tipped. Outside Curry. Launches it. Shot clock at 6. Let's go with a 3. Williams grabs the board.
Well, he is desperately trying to get something going, but this has not been his night. They need to consider making an adjustment.
And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Grizzlies.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
Well, something else that stands out is how they've shared the ball. I mean, they're getting a lot of their points from sharp passing.
And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Conchar outside. And he lobs it up. Loses his grip. Planks the lob. Warriors trail by 4. Outside Butler from behind the arc. Memphis with a rebound. Clark's got 4 rebounds now. And Memphis shooting just 35% from the floor. Morant, the pass to Conchar. Pass to Morant. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Jimmy Butler. And it's Butler with the ball for the Golden State Warriors. They've only given up 1 point in the 4th. And out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
Pippen, he's checked in for Memphis. Morant, the pass to Pippen. It's stolen by Curry. Outside, Green. Right side, Butler. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
Clark finds Morant. Williams, a screen on Butler. Morant, the pass to Jackson. Off the mark there with a 3.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
And here's Green from the arc. Green able to hit from 3.
Oh, what a sense for the moment. Green, big time bucket.
And here's Morant outside.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
To take the lead. Butler can't get it to go.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
The Warriors trailing. There's the triple. Clark grabs the board.
Yeah, and he seems to have lost his rhythm all of a sudden. This has not been his quarter.
Butler with a steal. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
The way he was going over and through the man in front of him, he should have known the whistle was coming.
Yeah, you can get away with a little bump in the back, but as soon as you lean that much on him, you're going to get called for the foul.
Moody's checked in for the Warriors. Pajimski comes in for Hield. A critical possession with time winding down.
Yep, this is their moment.
Outside, Green. And a deep 3 from Curry. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And here's Memphis. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th. Pass to Jackson to stop the drought. Oh, he knocked down the trifecta.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Ooh, it's stolen away. Stolen by Jackson. From deep, Bain. Got a piece of it. Outside Curry. Over Bain. Oh, that shot had a chance, but the all-or-nothing shot attempt is off the mark. And so it's the Grizzlies who...
turn things around in this one.
Yeah, it's a new opportunity. And Kevin, I expect each side to be hungry and motivated to get this win. And if not, their struggles will continue.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Avdia is out there with Ayton. Then it's Anthony Simons. Then it's Shaedon Sharpe. And it's Kamare in at the 3 spot. And here are the Trailblazers now. Following the miss by Ja Morant from deep. There's the 3. And the basket by Kamare. Kamare's got the opening basket of the game for Portland. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. I was able to talk with the head coach of the Grizzlies for just a minute. Now, he highlighted the problems that come along with facing a center like DeAndre Ayton. Coach said DeAndre impacts the game on both ends of the floor. He can score inside, shoot the mid-range jumper, and defensively, he can protect the rim and switch out on the perimeter. Certainly a talented young center. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. Now, here's Avdia. Offensive rebound. Here's Ayton. Pass to Kamare. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, Brent, the Blazers had a real chance to win some titles.
Oh, man, they ran into some great teams, too, Kevin. The Bad Boy Pistons and then the Bulls, obviously, with Michael Jordan. Winning a title in those days took something special, and the Blazers were right there.
Now here's Morant. Avdia with the rebound. Ayton a screen on Jackson. Simons from outside. And he's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Not just a heat check. How about a range check for Simons? He nails it.
Jackson misses. Portland's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Tries a 3. And that one's good, Ayton.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Here's Heaney. Good, and a nice assist from Morant.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for Memphis. Memphis moving that ball around. Jackson passes to Morant. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got his 4th rebound in this one. Avdia with it. Now defended by Bain. Pass to Kamare. Outside, Avdia. And the rejection by Jackson. The 3 from Morant. The 3 ball. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Ayton's got 5 rebounds tonight. Morant against Avdia. And Sharpe has it in the corner. Hits it from three-point range.
Great at creating shots. Sharpe did it there with that catch and shoot.
Brent, with Avdia, there's a versatility to his game that not many players can claim.
Yeah, Kevin, it's a great point. He does things on both ends. Sometimes defensively it goes unnoticed, but this guy can play a lot of different positions and is very skilled. He contributes in a lot of ways to his team.
So it's Portland now, following Ja Morant's 3. And then Sharpe with the dunk.
Out of this world. Sharpe is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't.
Here's Edey. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Avdia with a screen for Simons. Avdia against Jackson. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Now here's Morant for 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Kamare. The 3-pointer, no good. Here's Wells. His 3-pointer's off the mark. Avdia on the wing. This one for three. Drains it from beyond the arc. Morant with it. Got it off in time. And that one released in time, but no good. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
So far, they've moved the ball well, leading to open, high-percentage looks. Lots of assists in this one.
Well, I like that they've also emphasized the three-point line. It's a big difference maker.
On the floor for Portland, they've got Jeremy Grant. Bringing his out there with Williams. Then there's Scoot Henderson. And it's Thibault in at the 2.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Williams kicks to Grant. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Clark sets a screen for Kennard. Jackson in the corner. And Aldama has it in the corner. Jackson a screen on Williams. Aldama gets the bucket.
Remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
And now the latest from our reporter David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Mark said, I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me. Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, D.A. Thank you.
A part of Henderson's game that's improving. Nice to see him build some confidence from behind the line.
Kennard for 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Yeah, they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Grant, that's good. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
And another miss by Memphis.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Henderson passes to Williams. Back to Henderson. Shot clock at 5. Shoots the 3. The shot misses. Memphis has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Pass to Kennard. Puts up a deep 3. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Kennard's got 6.
That's impressive stuff as Kennard was out there from deep.
Grant for 3. Does not find the basket. His third miss. He's made just 1 so far. For 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or 2 against the young fellas. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
Here's Clark. Portland making their last shot. Off target with his 3. Henderson kicks to Grant. Williams a screen on Jackson. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Williams, he's checked in for G.G. Jackson. And Conchar subbed in for Kennard. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Abdiaz checked in for Williams. Here's Klingon. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Trailblazers lead by 1. 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early. Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
No good from Clark.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
Now Conchar. Following the miss by Denny Avdia from deep. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
Now, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Edey's checked in for Brandon Clark. Jackson comes in for Santi Aldama. And it's Morant in for Pippen. Simons surveying the D. Here's Kamare. It'll count. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Grizzlies lead by 2. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Jaren Jackson is out there with Wells. And it's Edey in at center. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Now here's Morant. Good on the three-point shot. Morant's got the lead up to 5 now for the Grizzlies.
And that three-point shot has really evolved for Ja, becoming a bigger part of his game.
Here's Avdia, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Bane, no good. Trailblazers shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Avdia, a screen on Bane. Lets it go from the wing. Jump shot is good. Avdia's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Morant, that's for 2. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Left side, Simons. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And when you're a knockdown shooter like you were, with the kind of athleticism that Anthony Simons possesses, well, you're in rarefied air.
Yeah, no doubt Anthony, one of those guys, really tough to stop. You got to pick your poison with him. That quickness and his ability to get to the rim, though, that can impact what they do offensively.
Tries to keep it alive.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Avdia gets the bucket.
Nice vision from the youngster, sharp that time.
Morant against Simon. They get the rebound to the left wing. Morant outside. Jackson kicks to Morant. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Morant's got 12 in the game.
And you look at how ready Morant was for that. He was on his spot, feet planted, ready to fire.
Here's Avdia. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Puts up a deep 3. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
And you can see the confidence Morant possesses. He's fine testing his luck with the quick pull-up, Jay.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Avdia with it. Guarded now by Jackson. 5 on the clock. Pass to Sharp. Takes a 3. Edey with the rebound. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Bane inside the three-point line. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Here's Kamare. Up top, Sharp. 5 points in the game. Here's Kamare. Guarded by Jackson. And the basket by Kamare. He's got 6.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
Now, here's Morant for 3. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession.
I'll tell you what, they're really fortunate there. Those long bomb passes usually spell disaster, but they get away with one there.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. Sharp, the pass to Henderson. There's the triple. And it's Donovan Clingan with the foul. That's his first foul. The Grizzlies shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. Floats it up for Pippen. And stolen by Sharp. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Grant gets a wide open look. A three-pointer off the mark. The Grizzlies shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. The shot's good from Kennard.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Here's Grant after Memphis gets the 3. Here's Sharp. Good, and Grant gets the assist. And it's 8 points for Shaedon Sharp.
And nice work on the perimeter. Defenses must respect Sharp's range.
Now, here's Kennard. 12 points for him. Fires for 3. Rebound by Williams. All by himself. A finish. And that one is hammered home.
Hey, guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go. Danny Avdia. He's been the guy making things happen for the Trailblazers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Right back after this break. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, the guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Avdia out there with DeAndre Ayton, and it's Grant in at the small forward. Avdia kicks to Grant. Drills it from outside. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
A nice smooth release from Grant that time. Can't let him get that kind of rhythm.
Bain finds Morant. Jacks up a 3. They get it back. Outside Williams. 6 on the shot clock. A fader. And it's Morant missing.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
And the wide open shot from Avdia. Had the space there, but it's offline. Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Now, here's Morant for 3. And again, Memphis no good.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Not often you see him take that shot. Now it's a 5-point Portland lead.
DeAndre Ayton happy to shoot at that range. Nice stroke.
Henderson against Morant. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Morant's got a couple of 3-pointers now in the fourth for the Grizzlies. Pass to Sharp. Avdia with a screen for Sharp. Kicks it out to Grant. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. And Clark has got the ball here for Memphis. Outside, Payne. Outside for Jackson. No good from outside.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Pass to Avdia. They get a hand on it. Memphis trailing here. Clark with it. Now Henderson defending. And here is Bain. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Morant with a wide open look. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Henderson finds Grant. Good on the triple. Grant's got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers.
And this team counts on Grant in those big moments, and you can see why, given the results.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
Pass to Avdia. Back to Henderson. 3-pointer. A putback, and Ayton stays with it. Ayton's got 5 points in the quarter.
How about that? Ayton showing why he was picked first overall. That's a reason.
Bain kicks to Morant. Morant with another miss. Trailblazers leading by 4. And Sharp has it in the corner. Ayton a screen. Avdia at the top of the key. Ayton puts up a 3. The Grizzlies pull it in. Morant surveying the D. Jackson setting the pick here for Bain. Misses the 3.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
Sharp, that's good.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Henderson inside the 3-point line. Rebound by Williams.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
Three-pointer, Simon. He's off on that one. So the Trailblazers win it. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was.
fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
Here's the starting group for Portland. We've got Avdia, Anthony Simons out there with Sharp. Then it's DeAndre Ayton, and it's Kamare in at the 3, the small forward. And here's Butler outside, and Ayton pulls it down. Here's Portland now. Avdia from outside. They get it back. Pass to Moody. Back to Butler. Inside. Here's Pajemski. Hey, great communication on the lob.
An absolute superb facilitator because Curry is such a lights-out shooter, it opens up passing lanes for him.
Simons passes to Avdia. Now here's Sharp, defended by Pajemski. Great positioning on the putback.
Hey, I don't care what he lacks in height. You have to box him out. He's got a nose for the ball, and he's fearless pounding the glass.
You know, for all the accolades thrown Stephen Curry's way, Richard, I've heard you say he might be the best conditioned player ever.
Absolutely. When you think about all the ground he covers every single game, his stamina is still something that I will always be impressed with.
Kamare, that's good.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Curry, no good.
If you're looking for ways to help your team, that's last on the list.
Not only a terrible shot, but also at the worst possible time. That's just not a good idea.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
Moody passes to Curry. And the 3 off target. The Trailblazers have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Curry with the block.
Making his presence felt on defense. Curry with the rejection.
Launches a 3. Drains the triple.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Here's the pick. Avdia passes to Sharp. And here's Simons outside. Nails it from 3.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
To the middle. Stolen by Ayton. Now the Blazers on the move.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution. Running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
Pass to Curry. Outside Pajemski for 3. And Ayton pulls it down. Portland has gone 2 of 5 from deep. Simons passes to Avdia. Out to Simons. Here's Kamare. Moody defends. Kamare, that's good. Kamare's got 6 points.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
Here's Butler. They can't stop the run with that one.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Blockbuster trades have become more the norm here in the NBA, Grant. Just ask Portland in 2023.
Yeah, the Trailblazers were at the center of some big moves, but that's just how it's done now. Entire teams can be restructured in the process of a single transaction.
Sinks it from distance. Butler's got his second basket of the game.
Nice shot from Butler, making himself a threat from downtown.
Simons passes to Avdia. From deep. The Warriors pull it in.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
No settling for an outside shot there. They went right to the hoop.
Outside Sharp. Avdia outside. It's picked off. Oh, got a piece of it. Avdia with a steal. It's stolen by Curry. 3 on 3. Pass to Green. Outside Butler. 27 seconds left in the first quarter. Poked loose. 5 to shoot. Butler on the wing. And here's Curry for 3. Buries it. He's 2 for 4 in this game.
Nice job staying aware of the shot clock situation. Curry is so cool under pressure.
Pass to Aiden. Can they get it? Offensive rebound. Here's Kamare. They set the pick. Oh, he beats the buzzer just in time. Wow.
Big time bucket, I'll tell you. Great clock management.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Warriors ahead, up 1. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Warriors.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
Here are the 5. Portland has to start the second. Robert Williams out there with Jeremy Grant. Then it's Matisse Thybulle. Then it's Henderson. And it's Klingon in at the center position.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
Pass to Thybulle. From downtown, drops in the 3. Thybulle's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, great find right there by Henderson. He is such a gifted facilitator.
And a deep 3 from Curry. That won't go either for Curry. Portland has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Henderson, the pass to Grant. Over Payton. Grant's shot is off.
Well, the defense didn't have any impact on that shot, but somehow he still misses it.
You know, depending on where Jeremy Grant's been, he's filled a lot of different roles. He's been asked to be the alpha or the second option or even a role player. But whatever it is, he's always willing to do whatever it takes to help the team.
Knocked down from the corner. That's just a walk in the park for Curry.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
The Blazers have a lot to learn. Coach Chauncey Billups said, I owe it to these players to coach them. The only way I know to do that is with honesty. It's always coming from a good place. Once you know that, then you take it with love. I lead with love. I don't lead with fear. Brian?
That's a Hall of Fame mentality, Allie. He's been in their shoes. Klingon's shot is off. The Warriors have gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. Curry against Henderson.
Blocking foul called on Robert Williams. First personal foul.
And the Warriors making a change here. Jackson Davis is checked in.
On the floor for your Warriors, number 32, Trace Jackson.
Now Curry. He's got 12. And again, no good by Golden State. It's stolen by Kuminga. Uncovered. And the Warriors miss again. Portland trailing here. Grant the screen. Henderson for 3. And the 3-pointer goes. Henderson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Oh, good 3-ball by Henderson. Now, this is the part of his game that he wants to keep developing. That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Here's Williams. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
Yeah, and Klingon is a gigantic player. He is so difficult to keep off the glass at times.
Portland has got 3 of 5 to fall from beyond the 3-point line in the second. Curry against Henderson. A minute 37 left in the first half. 3-pointer, no good. Golden State has got 7 of their 16 3-point attempts to go in. Curry passes to Hield. Back to Curry. Puts up a 3. And the officials called goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
I mean, he had the right idea, but his timing was just a little off, and it resulted in a goaltend.
Looney's checked in for the Warriors. Pajimski comes in for Curry. Kamara, he's checked in for Portland. Simons comes in for Thybulle. Pass to Klingon. Outside for Grant. Jacks up a 3. Second chance effort. Oh, nice shot by Klingon. Klingon's got 4 points this quarter.
And Klingon just owns the middle.
and Heel puts up a deep three. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Simons with it. Kuminga defends. Simons passes to Graham. There's a screen. He drops it from range. And it's a three-point Trailblazer lead.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, just good positioning by Grant. He's right where he needs to be to win the second chance opportunity.
And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Henderson. Looney grabs a miss.
Got a good look there, but just not able to hit from the mid-range.
The offensive rebound. Oh, how about Moody with the open court finish?
Second chance points are always painful. Have to make the effort to box out.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they need to emphasize rebounding going forward.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Trailblazers out in front. Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night.
And let's see if the D adjusts, make life a little more difficult on him.
Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Moody in at the small forward position. That's the Warriors 5. Here's Kamari. Moody defends. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano a mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
Butler taking his time here, and there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
They set the pick. Simons passes to Avdia. Over Butler. Avdia can't get it to go. And Curry's got the ball here for the Golden State Warriors. Trailing by 8, and here's Butler outside, and Ayton pulls it down. Ayton's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Avdia. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Kamari. They get it back. Avdia passes to Sharp. Over Butler. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Warriors have gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. Ooh, the smooth 3 from Moody.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Pass to Sharp.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands. Warriors trail by 7. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Jimmy Butler's such an all-around player. He said, I don't need to be a 40-point scorer. My role is to impact winning. I just control what I can control in the end, play the right way, stay aggressive, and do whatever it takes to get my team the win. And Brian, he is good at his job.
Well, playoff Jimmy is a real thing, whether he'll admit it or not. Offensive rebound, and it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Payton's checked in for the Warriors. Thibault, he's checked in for Portland. And here's Simons outside. Warriors on D. 7-point differential. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
And Sharp has no off switch. He's consistent at attacking defenses and drawing whistles.
And he sinks the second. The Warriors have gotten just 1 of 5 shots to drop since halftime. And Payton, here we go. No luck on that one.
Why? Just just why. Come on, man. Save that one for practice.
Pass to Thibault. The three from Ayton. Connects from downtown. Ayton's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
That one drops for him.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Pass to Thibault. Puts up a deep three. Tries again. Ayton passes to Avdia. Simons outside. Tries yet again. Here's Ayton. Just 5 to shoot. And finally they hit one. Ayton's got 5 points now in the quarter.
There you go. Ayton rising and firing with confidence.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Well, I guess we could give him credit for not getting discouraged. They're still playing hard. He's doing his job out there.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time. That is a hard-won rebound. Man's rebound right there. Way to battle for it inside.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Simons has got 6 points.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
And it's going to be out of bounds. Portland will have another go.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
Looney's checked in for the Warriors. Hield comes in for Moody. So Portland going with almost an entire new group here. Klingett, he's checked in for Ayton. Williams comes in for Avdia. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Thibault. And it's Scoot Henderson in for Simons.
Yeah, inexcusable letting Henderson roam free like this. I mean, you're asking to get dunked on when you don't box him out.
No problems knocking that one down. Post has got his second bucket on the night.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance.
Snatched up. Outside Sharp. Takes a three. The rebound by Post. Pass to Payton. The three. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Sharp's got 4 rebounds now. And here's Grant from the arc. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And they will go into the fourth.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers in a good situation, up by 13 points to close the quarter. And they've got a comfortable lead, in large part due to their three-point shooting. We'll be right back. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth. Scoot and Sharp are the backcourt set. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. Then it's Jeremy Grant. And it's Kamare in at the 4.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
He shoots it. Henderson for 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Yeah, he's so quick to react. Henderson has the shot lined up before the ball even gets to him.
And he lobs it up to the rim. Lets it go. Outside for Green. Pass to Curry. The 3. And that comes off the assist by Green. Curry's got 6 points in the quarter.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Warriors trail by 16. This one for 3. And the Warriors with another 3.
What focus from Curry on offense so far, doing everything he can to provide a lift for his squad.
The Warriors have gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started. 4-3, and it's Portland with a rebound. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. Grant, the pass to Henderson. Three-pointer. Pure from three-point range.
3 points.
And the Trailblazers lead by 16.
When Jeremy Grant is dishing out an assist, that is a great sign for this team. He's been tremendous at corralling misses all night long.
It's because he's reading where the shots are going and getting to the right position, just outworking everyone early on the glass.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes, spacing the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
You also can't ignore the good job they've done rebounding on the offensive end tonight. That hustle has been well rewarded with second chance points.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Curry's got 12 points in just the second half.
Boy, that's unfair. Curry hitting those pull-ups.
Sharp a screen on Butler. They grab their own miss. Avdia outside. To the left side wing. Kamari. From outside, off the mark. Now the Warriors with it. They're on an 11-3 run. Curry from deep three-point land. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. Pass to Kamari. Here's Simons out to the right wing. Here's Kamari. Butler covering. Takes the three. Kamari, that's good.
Oh, and that's a nice find by one of the youngest players in the league. Sharp with tremendous upside to his game.
Curry passes to Moody. Knocks it down from distance.
Ooh, can't ask for a cleaner look than that, and he'll make you pay.
Portland leading by 11. Outside Curry. Beyond the arc. And again for three.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely looking to shoot as much as possible. Avdia from outside. Rebounded by Hield.
And lockdown defense against one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Curry from deep three-point land. Misses the deep three-point attempt. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. They're leading by 8. Again, the miss by Portland. The Warriors shooting 41% in this game. Oh, did he?
That's
he
just,
did!
Yes, he did that. We all witnessed that.
Simons against Curry. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That's on Jimmy Butler.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
He gets the first, and that increases the lead to 6. Pajimski's checked in for Hield. And so he drops them both, and it's a 7-point game.
He knows how important it is converting at the line and building up this lead.
Now Portland with it, and it's the Trailblazers on the break. Avdia can't get it to go.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
Yeah, they got to be disappointed with this result.
Shot clock and game clock, 1 second differential. Here's Sharp. Pass to Ayton from 15 feet away. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Smooth shooting from the mid-range. Ayton knows when to look to score from there.
And a deep three from Curry. Can't connect from long distance. Avdia from outside. Ooh, he buries it. And it's a 12-point Portland lead. So it's the Trailblazers winning this one easily. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time
in the paint.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Expect this one to be really physical. If either team backs down, they can just get run over tonight, but I don't expect that to happen. It's going to be a slugfest.
We love those kind of games. They're a lot of fun.
You aren't kidding.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Wells is out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Edey in at the 5 down low.
Well, Morant's acrobatics often get the attention, but his passing is also elite.
Butler from outside hits the three-point bomb.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And a deep three from Curry. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Now, here's Morant for 3. Warriors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. When it comes to players who like having fun, Greg, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. And the Warriors miss again.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving.
Golden State's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Pass to Moody. Back to Curry. Fires for 3. The Grizzlies pull it in. Edey's got his 4th rebound in this one. The 3 from Morant. Morant with another miss.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to three-pointers, but not much to show for. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up. Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Curry fires from way outside. They grab their own miss. Morant against Butler. 6 to shoot. Pass to Curry. Butler sets a screen for Curry. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
He must have thought he was a jungle gym the way he was climbing all over his back. Easy call.
Yeah, come on. He knows better than to commit that foul. If you don't have position, they're going to call that every time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Jonathan Kuminga. He's checked in for Moody. And it's Buddy Hield in for Brandon. Good! Oh, what a shot!
Oh, my gosh. He made that?
Pippen for 3. Jimmy Butler pulls it in. Butler's got 4 rebounds in this game. So stand the Grizzlies trio of Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. From the outside looking in, what a great base going forward.
I agree with that, Kevin. Look, not only are those 3 outstanding individual players, but they complement each other so well. There's such a great fit with those 3 guys. That's a great base for the future.
Pippen, the pass to Clark. Beyond the arc. Rebound by Butler. Butler's got 5 rebounds tonight. Curry outside. Curry with another miss.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Pippen dishes to Jackson. Now Eldama hasn't made one yet. Curry against Pippen. Back to Curry. Launches it. Traps in the tray. Curry's got 9.
Curry is just lethal from outside.
Shoots the 3. Aldama can't hit. Here's Curry. He's got 9. Aldama with the rebound.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking them up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
It's been all about Stephen Curry. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
So on the floor for Memphis, John Morant, he's out there with Kennard. Then it's G.G. Jackson. Then there's Edey. And it's Williams at the small forward. Pass to Jackson Davis. Golden State moving the ball around. Here's Podziemski. Knocks down the 3-ball. Podziemski's got the lead. Back up to 3 now for the Warriors. Payton with the ball. Williams picks him up. Back to Payton. Here's Post. Moody the pass to Payton. Now here's Moody. That 3 off the mark. Pass to Kennard. Jackson a screen on Payton. Payton against Kennard. Edey. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
Here's Podziemski. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Edey. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Moody the pass to Payton. Podziemski on the wing. Jackson Davis finds Podziemski. A 3. It's deflected. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. Looney's checked in for Golden State. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Wells, he's checked in for Williams. On the wing, Payton. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And so Morant will bring it up for the Grizzlies. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. The offensive rebound. And there's the drive. Here's Edey. Jackson Davis defending. Edey gets the bucket. Well, Stan, as a former coach, I imagine it has to be hard for you to watch basketball as a fan.
Well, it is. It's very hard, almost impossible. I'm almost always watching from a coach's standpoint, an X and O standpoint. But I will say, even when I was standing on the sidelines, NBA players are so good that you have fan moments even while you're coaching.
It seems like every game we see something we've never seen before, right?
I can remember turning around to my assistants and saying, can you believe that?
And the Warriors with some changes. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Trace Jackson Davis. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Payton. And Stephen Curry subbed in for Brandon Podziemski. Clark, he's checked in for Memphis. Conjar comes in for Luke Kennard. Wells wide open. No good with the triple. Warriors trail by 3. Moody the pass to Curry. Butler sets a screen for Curry. Butler kicks to Curry. Offensive rebound.
I'm not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Jackson from long range. A 3-pointer is right on target. Jackson's got the lead up to 6 now for the Grizzlies.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Kuminga with it. Now guarded by Wells. 3-pointer. Butler rebounded by Jackson.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go. Well, that alley-oop attempt, the case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
Well, it's not easy to time that up. Just not quite in sync yet.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Curry fires from... Oh, he got it!
that?
Clark with a wide open look. The Grizzlies with another miss.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
A shot by Curry, no good. For Memphis, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. The Grizzlies with another miss. The Warriors shooting 32% overall right now, not one of their better showings. Connects from three-point range.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Pass to Jackson, back to Morant. Curry with the steal. Lets it go from deep. Another three for Golden State.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Here's Conchar. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've set. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Curry has been sensational.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room because you're right. He's the problem right now.
In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Jimmy Butler is out there with Moses Moody. And it's Green in at the 5, home in the paint. That's the Warriors 5. Launches a 3. Pass to Edey. Fires the 3. Hands it from downtown. Edey's got 12 points in the game.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
And, you know, Stan, we've watched Desmond Bane evolve into a number 1 option on offense. He's always been there, but now he really is at the top of the heap.
Yeah, he sure is. Look, Kevin, you know, he came into the league as a three-point shooter, and he's a great one. But he's developed his game off the dribble, very good mid-range shooter, and he's strong enough to finish around the rim.
Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
We've got some talented defensive big men in the league today, Coach. But in your opinion, who would you say is the best rim protector?
Well, Kevin, I would have said Rudy Gobert because people didn't even want to go to the rim and challenge him. Right. Anthony Davis is great. But I'm telling you, the young guy, Victor Wembanyama, I think is the best we've got now.
Isn't he something else, Stan? We've never seen anything like him.
We never have, and I'm not sure we ever will again.
The kick outside to Butler. Lets it go with the 3. From deep, Jimmy Butler!
And down in the corners, Butler can be dangerous. He's pretty comfortable with that shot.
Here's Edey, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Edey's got a pair of 3s now here in the third for the Grizzlies. Curry way outside, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pippen with it. Butler covering. Pass to Edey for the tie, and again it's Memphis with the 3.
And you can see he's found his rhythm here in the third quarter. You can just sense the uptick in confidence. Everything he puts up from long range seems to be going.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Sinks the triple.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the deep.
And the Warriors miss again. Memphis with the ball. They're on a 15-3 run. Spins from the arc. Warriors with the rebound. Butler's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Curry from deep three-point land. From beyond the arc and then some. Curry's got the game tied up here for the Warriors.
This is why you got to be right up on Curry, because he's a dangerous threat off the dribble and close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And they get it back. Hield the pass to Curry. 5 to shoot. Back to Hield. Takes a 3. Cranes the three-pointer. Hield's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
A catch-and-shoot specialist. Hield has a quality jump shot and really makes quick decisions.
Edey gets the bucket.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside. Well, that's just excellent offense. If the defense is giving that up, you've got to take it.
Pass to Edey. This one for 3. The Warriors pull it in. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Curry with the 3. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Here's Edey from downtown. And Curry pulls it down. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. The Warriors shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And you know with Curry, what impresses me most is his efficiency. That's not something we normally see in a high-volume jump shooter.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Jaren Jackson. Vince Williams comes in for Santi Aldama. Konchar's checked in for Bain. And it's Luke Kennard in for Pippen. And so here is Golden State. 4-point game. The shot by Curry, no good. Here's Edey. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And that does it for the third quarter. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. Jackson is out there with Williams. Then it's Brandon Clark. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Morant in at the point. The Grizzlies trail by 4. And it's Gary Payton the second with the foul.
Side out.
That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
The Warriors making a switch here. Jackson Davis is checked in. The Grizzlies also making a change. Wells is checked in. Morant passes to Clark. Kennard for 3. Carries it from three-point range. Kennard's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Grizzlies. Outside, Payton. Back to Moody. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Pass to post. Hield outside. And again, no good by Golden State. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Kennard's shot is off. Warriors have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. And here is Hield. Golden State moving the ball around. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Golden State's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Drops in the tray.
And while he moved there by Hield, with that pull-up, Jay, keeping himself one step ahead of the defense.
Morant kicks to Kennard. Good, and the nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 3 assists tonight.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Pass to post. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And the three-point shot really has been their best friend here tonight.
Well, it's one thing to hit threes when it doesn't matter. It's another to do it in clutch time. It takes a special player.
Memphis has gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the 4th. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter. At the top of the key, Wells sinks the three-pointer. And the Grizzlies lead by 5.
And guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
Moody's shot is off.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
Buries the long-range jumper. Kennard's got the lead up to 8 now for the Grizzlies.
I love the way he went with the bounce pass there. Great awareness.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Kennard up top, covered by Payton. Jackson passes to Kennard. For the 3. Warriors with the rebound. There's a minute 34 left in the game. Hield with the bucket.
And that is a big-time performance. I like how Hield embraces the responsibility of being the alpha dog on that one.
Morant finds Kennard. Out left to the wing. Wells passes to Kennard. Off target from outside.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
They set the pick. They kick out to Hield. Good! And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And there's a foul. It'll go on Trace Jackson-Davis. That is his first foul of the game. Butler, he's checked in for the Warriors. Curry comes in for Gary Payton. Then for the Grizzlies, Edey's checked in for Brandon Clark. Jackson comes in for Gigi Jackson. And it's Bain in for Kennard. Pass to Edey. Clock at 4. It's good from beyond the arc.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Curry kicks to Butler. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Edey. The Grizzlies keeping it alive with a new 14. Fires from deep. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. They get Stephen Curry, and the second free throw drops, and it's a 5-point game. And no good on the 3rd free throw, so he ends up going 2 of 3. Knocks down the 3.
Just a humongous 4th quarter for him, especially from long range. Just in a groove now, and that trade has been deadly.
So you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
And so the Grizzlies take the win. All right, David, thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.
teams that have struggled to find any sort of confidence.
You're right, B.A., and the thing that you want most is to find out where inspiration is going to come from. You don't want to rely on your coaching staff and use the coach's verbiage to get you going. Some player is going to stand up and stand out tonight, and like a weather vane, things can just shift, and with the win here tonight, the team could go on a little bit of a roll to reestablish some of their confidence for the rest of the season.
And the starting lineup for the Grizzlies. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Edey out there with Jackson, and it's Wells in at the small forward position. Here's Edey. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes.
Not just an aggressive scorer, Morant is also a fantastic distributor.
Simons passes to Avdia. From the arc. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Edey, that's good.
Among the best passers in the league, Morant finds open teammates.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Chauncey Billups. They were concerned with Jaren Jackson Jr. on both ends of the floor. Coach saying defensively, Triple J covers so much space, a blocking machine. And on the other side of the ball, Jaren has serious skill for a man of his size. He's a tough game plan for us. Jaren Jackson Jr., a two-way menace. Brian?
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Now here's Sharp. Knocks down the triple.
And everybody wants to see what kind of range Sharp has. Looks like the NBA three-point line won't be a problem for him.
And you watch Shaedon Sharp, Brent. The talent is undeniable.
Well, the athleticism really is something that jumps off the court for you. I mean, he's not just a scorer or a rebounder. I think if he uses that athleticism, he could become an elite defender in this league.
Now here's Simons. Off the outside. With the fadeaway. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Pass to Edey. Shot from the wing. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. Edey's got 11 points. And here's Avdia. And it's Portland scoring again.
Great decision by Simons. He's got the reputation of a score-first guard. He can dish it.
Fires the three. Avdia pulls it in.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Back to Simons. To the wing, right side. Here's Kamare. Another three for Portland.
That's a shot he's going to bury, especially when left open.
Grizzlies trail by 3. Pass to Edey. From outside the arc. Can't get it to go. His second miss in 6 tries. And they're dialed in offensively.
Sure are. Staying in attack mode and at the same time playing under control.
Simons has the open look. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
And it's Edey missing. Trailblazers lead by 3. Simons, right side. Here's Kamare. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
Morant surveying the floor. Pass to Edey. To stop the run. And again, it's Memphis missing. And it's Simons with the ball for Portland. And stolen by Morant. Edey for 3. Good. 5 for 9 shooting so far.
He does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
Spins. Goes up on the wing. And all around the rim that time before dropping.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Avdia with a steal. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Simons. He goes up again. Just 5 on the clock. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. Avdia can't get it to go. Here's Edey. He got it up. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. Well, offense is the order of the day. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Trailblazers, what do you guys think?
Yeah, showing grit on the glass is a good way to gain an advantage. They controlled the boards in the first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
Williams is out there with Jeremy Grant. Then there's Scoot Henderson. Then there's Klingon. And it's Thibault in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Henderson against Clark. Pass to Klingon. Up top, Grant. Here's Klingon. Tries the spin move. The 3 is up. Aldama grabs the board. Grizzlies trail by 4. Here's Pippen. Kicks it out to Jackson. Kennard against Thibault. Fires from deep. Nope, another miss. 0 for 2 to start the game. And here's Grant from the arc. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound. Williams. Outside for Henderson. They set a pick, and the officials will call the illegal screen here.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
And Brent Scoot Henderson spending 2 years with G League Ignite, the 2nd overall pick in 2023.
Yeah, and Scoot not the first Ignite player to go very high up in the NBA draft. You think about Jalen Green with the Rockets, but an extra year in the G League, committed to staying there and developing his game. I think that helped him in terms of his maturity, and still the sky is the limit for this kid.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Jeremy Grant averaged single digits in points the first 4 seasons of his career, but over the last 4 seasons, he's scoring over 20 a game. He said it all changed for him back in Detroit, adding, quote, "I grew as a player, being the #1 option and seeing different coverages. Now I'm reaping the benefits," unquote. Brian?
All right, Allie, thanks. Outside for Grant. And stolen by Jackson. And up the court come the Grizzlies on the break. Kennard for 3. Sinks it from distance.
And you love that. That's one of the strengths of Luke Kennard's game.
Henderson scanning the floor. Williams on the wing. Fires from deep. Grant outside. Lets the 3 fly. Connects from downtown. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Kennard for 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Klingon's got 7 rebounds in the game. And it's Thibault missing. The 3. And Luke Kennard good for 3. Kennard's got his 2nd basket on the night.
Coach is wanting Luke Kennard to get aggressive with his shots. That's a nice catch and shoot.
Pass to Klingon. Here's the 3. Memphis with a rebound. 1:44 left in the 2nd period. Thibault against Kennard. No good from outside. Portland leading by 4. Henderson outside. The 3. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
There's something Henderson is still working on, getting his 3-point shot to be a little more consistent.
And the basket by Aldama.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the 3-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Outside for Grant. The 3 ball. The rebound by Jackson. Grizzlies trail by 4. Kennard for 3. And again, it's Memphis with a 3.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the Buckeyes.
Nails it from beyond the arc.
Grant coming right back with 3 of his own.
Pippen pass to Kennard. Clark with a screen on Thibault. Kennard can't get it to go.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Henderson misses. We've got a close game here in Portland. From the arc. And Kennard with the 3. Kennard's got 12.
Kennard has the space and has a pure shot.
And here's Henderson. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. Outside, Williams. And there's the screen. Pass to Klingon. Jacks up a 3. That one no good. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Portland ahead. They're up by 1. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. On the court right now for the Grizzlies. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Moran and Bain. Jackson out there with Edey, and it's Wells in at the 3. Memphis trailing here. Edey for 3. Sharp grabs the miss.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Avdia finds Sharp. And he gets the friendly roll as that one goes. He's got 5. Well, Brent, we hear the term empty stats ever so often. What are your thoughts about that phrase?
BA, when you play such a long season, there are going to be nights where the game is not all that competitive. But we also know that throughout the course of long seasons, there are teams that are not going to be competitive. Still, those guys going out there on a nightly basis and putting up their numbers, getting those reps in, it means they're capable.
Now here's Sharp. 5 points in the game. Really left him alone that time. And now a 6-point Trailblazer lead.
Simons has great confidence in shooting that 3 ball, and that consistency will help this squad.
Edey for 3. Drops in the 3. Edey's got 17.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation. That's one of the best 3-point shooters. You've got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Well, Anthony Simons has credited Damian Lillard for helping him with his development.
And BA, can you imagine every day on the opposite end of Damian Lillard as a young player in this league? Anthony Simons willing to listen and willing to learn. And you see how far his game has come when the reins have been handed over to him.
And it's Edey missing.
He just keeps firing from distance. I know he's trying to heat up, but at what cost?
And here's Simons outside. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. Ja Morant picks one up.
Taking his motion right into the D. Simons does a good job drawing that contact.
Williams is checked in for Memphis.
You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer. And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Edey for 3. And a great assist by Moran as that one goes. Edey's got 20 points. Portland leading by 6. And here's Simons outside. Drains the triple.
Simons says hello. Great answer.
From downtown. Pass to Edey. Back to Williams. Outside Moran. Here's Edey. The fader. Avdia pulls it in. Avdia's got 7 rebounds in the game. Right wing. On the wing, Simons. Pounded by Moran. And it's Simons missing. Grizzlies trail by 9. Pass to Edey. From behind the arc. Gets the 3 ball to go. Edey's got 9 points now in the second half.
Have to get out on him. He'll burn you from there repeatedly.
Simons passes to Avdia. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Portland leading by 9. Outside Sharp. Puts one up from 19. And it falls all over the rim and in. Sharp's got 7.
And you see right there the practice time Sharp's put in. Sound shooting mechanics for a guy who hasn't played a lot of games in his career.
Oh, rejected by Ayton. Pass to Simons. Simons, a screen on Williams. Kamara. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
Sharp with it, guarded by Morant. Avdia outside. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, if Ayton can get in that kind of position, he could be a bully on the inside.
Outside Bain. Pass to Edey. Now here's Morant. He's covered by Simons. And there's the foul. It's on Anthony Simons. That's his first foul. There's Jackson with the 3. Fires in the triple. Jackson's got his first 3 points of the game.
And you know, his team wants Jackson Jr. to keep taking these threes, knowing it'll help open up this offense even more.
Simons with it. Lets it go from deep. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's Portland in command with a third. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. Scoot and Sharp are the backcourt set. Jeremy Grant out there with Avdia. And it's Klingon in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Pass to Pippen. Launches it from deep. Portland with a rebound. Avdia's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Henderson with it, and it's Aldama picking him up. And here's Grant from the arc. Aldama grabs the board. Grizzlies trail by 13. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Got a hand on it.
A skilled shot blocker, Grant coming over and is so quick off the floor. Swats that one out.
Portland has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Klingon controls the rebound and the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 15. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Trailblazers.
Their defense has been on point all game long. They're out hustling the shooters and swatting down plenty of shots.
And another difference maker that we could point to tonight has been second chance points. They've been in there, they've had active hands, they've been in great position, and they've been smart attacking the offensive glass.
Here's Pippen. Pass to Conchar. There's the triple. And again, it's Memphis with a 3.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Avdia can't get it to go.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Here's Pippen. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. Pippen's got 5 points now this quarter. Henderson left side. And here's Grant from the arc. The offensive rebound.
And as a rebounder, Klingon is probably more advanced at the offensive end at this point.
Takes a 3. Portland grabs the miss. Avdia's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Grizzlies trail by 12. For 3, Klingon hits the trifecta.
Kind of like playing in the rec league, little to no defense on that possession, and the easiest three-pointer you can imagine. Boy, I'd love to see him just get a smidge closer to the basket. Once he sees a few shots go in from there, that might open up everything from distance.
Avdia from outside. Memphis with a rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
Clark, no good. Trailblazers lead by 15. Henderson, the pass to Avdia. Let's go with a three. Aldama grabs the board. Aldama's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
They found strong offensive footing in the open court.
They've done very, very well in transition. The problems have come in other areas, which is why they're trailing. The D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
They set the screen. Pippen, no good. Well, the Trailblazers shooting at 31% here in this 4th quarter. And it's going to be out of bounds. Portland will have another go. Kamara, he's checked in for Grant. The Grizzlies making a switch here. 1:39 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Again, the miss by Portland. Grizzlies trail by 13. Pass to Kennard. Three-pointer. Knocks down the long J.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Here's Kamari. Sends it home from three-point land. And the Trailblazers lead by 13.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Now here's Henderson. Outside Sharp. Puts up a three. Avdia outside. Clock at 6. There's 48 seconds left in the 4th quarter here. The three-pointer off the mark. And here's Memphis, trailing by 13. Kennard can't get it to go.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Now here's Clark. Pass to Bain. Beyond the arc. And that one's good. Clark for 3. And it's the Blazers with the ball. At one point, they led by 16. Henderson. Avdia outside. Fires the 3. Sharp. That one's good. So no problem for Portland as they get the win. This one was a fun one to watch. They were
Kevin. A little bit of bully ball, you could say. Having a center you can run your offense through makes the rest of your offense that much better.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
And Portland with the ball. Simons with the screen on Butler. Back to Simons. Fires away from outside. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Butler from outside. The rebound by Sharp. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here. Three-pointers, Simon. The shot goes in, first of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Curry fires from way outside. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Should we know that not many teams have had steady core players like the Warriors have had over the past decade.
Where there's so much player movement these days, and it's hard to keep any roster intact, let alone a superstar team like Golden State.
The Warriors have gone 0-4, missing their first 4 field goals here. From deep, 3 points. Whoa! From way out there!
And it drops, okay.
What was he doing? I can't believe he knocks that down. Just call it temporary insanity and move on.
Yeah, that's a shame because I'm not sure the defense will let him get a shot that good again very soon.
Three-pointer. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Ayton's got 4 rebounds in this game. Simons with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Pass to Kamare. Here's Sharp. Portland no good that time either. Warriors have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Avdia finds Simons. The shot. Gets an open look and hits. Simons has got 5 now.
Guy's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Curry passes it to Green. Lets it fly. Curry can't get it to go.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised it ended up going their way with the miss.
Simons from outside. Connects from 3-point range. Simons has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Trailblazers. Outside Butler. And that one's on target from the wing. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Simons surveying the D. Out to the right wing. Here's Kamare. They get it back. Avdia. Pass to Sharp. Another shot. Shot clock at 6. There's the triple. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Nice vision from the youngster, Sharp, that time.
Outside Curry. Driving the lane. Outside Butler. And a miss there on the triple. Trailblazers leading by 6. Outside Simons. The Warriors pull it in. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Chauncey Billups and I got a chance to talk for a bit. We talked about a lot of things, including how to try and slow down Steph Curry. He said it's the usual stuff. You can't go under screens. You have to contest without fouling. You have to recognize he will put the ball on the floor and drive if you overplay him. That's a lot to account for, guys.
Thank you, David.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Surprising he didn't bury that, but hey, it happens sometimes.
Now, here's Simons. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Sharp finds Simons. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Inside. Outside for Curry. Latre. It drops for his second made shot of this game. An unimpressive 2 of 7, though.
Curry is just lethal from outside.
Outside, Avdia. There's the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And so it's the Port. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes.
Bob Williams is out there with Klingon. Then there's Matisse Thybulle. Then there's Jeremy Grant. And it's Henderson in at the one spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. The greatest shooter ever, Steph Curry. You played with him. What was it like seeing him day in and day out?
I had the pleasure of playing with Steph the first year he broke the NBA record for threes in a season. And when I tell you he was just scratching the surface, he was always looking to push the boundaries, to see what he can do, and to work at every aspect of his shooting.
Thybulle for three. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Warriors trail by 7. Here's Payton. Kept alive. Back to Kuminga. A three ball. Klingon with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Grant gets a wide open look. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Grant's got the lead up to 10 now for Portland. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Golden State Warriors. Bullseye! Curry with a deep three.
You knew it was coming because Steph, this man loves a good duel.
Thybulle for three. Williams kicks to Thybulle. For three. Here's Klingon. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. Outside Curry. Back to Kuminga. Outside Curry. Golden State moving the ball around. Pass to Payton. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Trace Jackson-Davis is checked in for Golden State. Looney comes in for Gary Payton. Such a wide open look. And the Trailblazers lead by 10.
Part of Henderson's game that's improving. Nice to see him build some confidence from behind the line.
Lets the three fly. Kuminga with a wide open look. And another three for Golden State. Richard, we know how hard the game is to play. But I think we also know how hard the game is to officiate.
I agree, Kevin. I think the one thing about basketball is that it's constant movement. There are plays happening all around the referees. It's not like football where every 45 seconds you run another play. In 45 seconds, you could have had a different 5 or 6 possessions. That puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the referees.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Thybulle can't get it to go. Warriors trail by 5. Kuminga with it. Now defended by Grant. Hield can't hit.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
For three, Henderson. It's rebounded by Kuminga. Warriors have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. So it's Portland now. The Warriors making the shot. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Now Hield. Curry on the wing. Henderson defending. No good. That would have tied it. Trailblazers leading by 3. Pass to Williams. Klingon with it. It's up a 3. Drills the three-pointer. Klingen's got himself on the board with 3 there.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the 3.
And Scoot Henderson picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Different look here for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Trace Jackson-Davis. Butler comes in for Jonathan Kuminga. Moses Moody, he's checked in for Buddy Hield. And it's Brandon Podziemski in for Curry. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Green, the pass to Looney. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Looney's got his first bucket in this one.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, and you don't have to be quick. You just have to be deliberate.
Hands it from downtown. 12 seconds left in the first half. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And count it from 19 feet away. Butler's got his second bucket of the game to go. Here's Avdia, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One of the stories here, Anthony Simons getting it done today.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
And let's see if the D adjusts, make life a little more difficult on him.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Butler out there with Moses Moody. And it's Green in at the center, locking down the middle. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, Anthony Simons came into the NBA at age 19. He's paid his dues, working his way up from the end of the bench to a starring role. Coach Chauncey Billups says he just believes he's one of the best players in the NBA. And confidence is a big thing. Well, Kevin, he's certainly earned it. Back to you.
I would totally agree with you, D.A. Thank you so much. Now Curry. Following the miss by Denny Avdia from deep. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Curry. RJ, with how well Curry continues to play, I'm not sure his three-point record will ever be broken.
It's going to be tough to do. But even if it does, I think Steph will still be regarded as the best shooter we have ever seen, simply because how he changed the game.
A three-pointer is right on target.
The answer from Butler, no one is more competitive than Jimmy.
Pass to Kamare, lots of room. That's good on the jump shot. Kamare's got 5 now.
Nice ball movement there, delivered the pass right on time.
Green with a screen for Butler. Pulls up from the corner. Portland grabs the miss. Ayton's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Simons from outside. The Warriors pull it in. To the paint. Back to Podziemski. Golden State moving it around. Butler from outside. And another 3 for Golden State.
And down in the corners, Butler can be dangerous. He's pretty comfortable with that shot.
Simons with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now here's Butler to the middle. Shoots over Avdia. That doesn't go either for Butler. Trailblazers leading by 7. Here's Sharp. They get it back. From deep. Avdia can't hit.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
And it's Butler missing. Trailblazers have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Warriors trail by 7. 1:53 left in the third quarter of the game. That doesn't go either for Butler.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Here's Pajemski. And the Warriors miss again.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
And then Sharp with the dunk.
Boy, is he active. I love seeing Sharp just get after it on the backboard.
And Simons, he's got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers. Looking for Ayton, he gets it in there. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
He's a nimble guy for someone with that size. Ayton can get off of his feet quick for a lob.
And the three ball is good.
And that's what you want to see. Good, fundamental, sound basketball with the bounce pass.
The shot by Curry, no good. Portland leading by 8. Over in the corner, Avdia. Back to Simons. Shoots over Pajemski. And it's Simons missing. The Warriors shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Moody the pass to Curry. The alley-oop layup, very well done.
That's a fantastic decision by Curry. Defense too focused in on Steph.
The Trailblazers have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Fouled beyond the arc, and he almost hit the shot. He'll go to the line for 3. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And as for last season, he was a 74% shooter at the line.
Good on the second free throw.
First team foul. At the line.
And he nails the third. Warriors trail by 9. Payton drives in, and he banks in the layup.
If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Clinging with it, back to Grant. Pass to Avdia. The 3. And there's Grant on the assist by Avdia. Grant's got 6.
And I love Grant's mindset. Readies himself to shoot as soon as he touches the ball.
And it's Kuminga, top of the key. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Portland leading by 10. The guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Jeremy Grant is out there with Avdia. And it's clinging in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. From outside the arc. Shot by Pajemski, no good. And for Portland, their shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Grant for 3. The putback. The rebound by Hield. Warriors trail by 13. Fires the 3. Trains it from beyond the arc.
Outstanding jumper from Buddy.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Sharp with a screen on Payton. Grant for 3. Offensive rebound. Looking for Sharp, and he gets it there. Avdia can't hit.
And as long as he keeps missing from deep, the D will keep letting him fire away. He's just off from range right now.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Hield. Simons, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Takes the 3. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
How about the speed there from Butler? Just a knack for knowing where to run in transition. And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Blazers.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, well, they just jump at it.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Three-pointer, Payton. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Stolen. Curry with it. And Simons picks him up defensively. Jackson Davis. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Moody comes in for Payton. Portland leading by 12. And he launches it from deep. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Hits the three-point bomb.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Now Simon. Following the miss by Draymond Green from deep. Pass to Kamare. Over Moody. Kamare misses. Warriors trail by 15. To stop the run, it's Butler that time on the assist by Hield. Hield's got 3 assists tonight.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Now here's Butler. Here's the 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
Absolutely, and they have to continue to go to him.
Here's Butler from past the arc. No good on the shot. Henderson against Curry. Latrey. The kick out to Simons. 1:15 left to play in the final quarter. Nailed from three-point land. Simons has got 9 points here in the second half. Butler with the ball. Now Avdia defending.
And hustle like that is why he leads his team in rebounds tonight.
And let's be honest, guys, rebounding is about want, and he is playing with 110% effort.
Again, Simons missing. And for the Warriors, their shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Portland.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, but they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Anthony Simons. Oh, he got it!
Wow!
It went in!
Did that just happen?
It went in!
Did that just happen? Wow!
Simons kicks to Avdia. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. And the Trailblazers lead by 12. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage.